This podcast is presented by StreamerCollabs.com, a website made by streamers for streamers. StreamerCollabs.com helps streamers find, connect, and grow their channels by collaboration. We believe that collaboration is key to unlocking the full potential of the streaming community, and we strive to provide the tools and resources needed to make that happen. So join us today and let's make a difference together on StreamerCollabs.com.
Go ahead. He be doing this shit sometimes.
And we are live. Keep all of that in. Keep all of that in.
Yep.
We're live with the Streamer Collabs cast. Another interview extravaganza bonanza. Hello. My name is Buzz, aka Charles, aka the big Buzzy Wuzzy, and today I'm here with my co-host, the exceptional, the formerly, well, the currently infamous
D-Bub, aka David. And today our special guest is
That's you, Pat.
Hey guys, it's me, BatzeeStream. I'm the host at the most on the side of garlic toast.
Sir, yes, sir.
Hold up, man. You just gonna bust out the rhymes on us like that?
It's just kind of been my solid intro for a little bit. Somebody said, "Oh man," I for some reason I said, "Oh, do I smell burnt toast? Am I having a heart attack on the stream one day?" And it just kind of stuck. It's because I'm old. Okay, I accept it. I accept that I look nice, and again, like I said, it's the body butter, but I'm old.
Body
at
butter,
heart,
bro.
okay?
Man, they don't know, man. Y'all stay moisturized, man. It'll keep you young.
It's all that.
Moisturizer, sunscreen, all that shit, bro.
Yep,
Exactly.
Don't forget your sun.
So thanks for having me on, guys. This is quite the honor.
Yeah.
It's the honor having you here, bro. We're always happy to hear from folks.
Yeah, well,
Especially
I mean,
you, because like hold up, because chat and YouTube and comments and all that. We've been talking to bro for like the past 30 minutes. Like he's cool as fuck. So this is gonna be a fun episode. This is gonna be a fun episode.
It's gonna be a good one.
no, I feel all this pressure. I'm starting to sweat.
It's also
not
hot
like-
shit.
Yeah, I try to keep in this basement of mine. It's nice and cool.
Nice.
Really appreciate you guys having me. I mean, especially since I'm still what I would consider a small streamer. I mean, we're all kind of small streamers in different regards and everything like that. So it's really cool to be included in stuff like this.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
So, Bat, for our first question, I'm gonna go ahead and lead it, just because my boy Buzz is busy right now.
I got the tum-tums, bro. I got the bubble guts, bro.
I got you, bro. So don't drink.
It's all about priorities.
It's like, this nigga better drink some coffee, bro. Like, let me. So, Bat. First off, why did you start streaming?
Oh, that's a very good question. I mean, okay. Oh, I feel like I could go on for hours with this, but I'm just going to condense it as best. Cole's Notes version. Basically, streaming for me is an outlet for, I've always wanted to be an actor ever since I was a kid.
Okay.
And, big inspiration, Batman films, but a whole bunch of other things.
Of course.
But mainly, I just wanted to, connect with new people. I mean, I started in the height of COVID. It was, a lot of people did. We saw this massive boom. I mean, you heard about popular streamers from a long time, PewDiePie. You got your PewDiePie, you got your Markiplier, and they were kind of the main streamers for a long time. And then COVID hit, and everybody's like, "Oh, saw this massive spike in streamers because nobody had anything else to do." But for me, it was more of wanting to build a platform to be as inclusive with both audience and also making new friends. And I got a great story about making new friends.
Okay.
So the very first year that I started streaming, streaming a game, Resident Evil 4, the remastered one. Amazing remaster. Did an amazing job on that.
Yes.
So just randomly, I'm like, I'm tired, but you know what? I feel like streaming. It's 10 o'clock at night. I could get a good solid 2 hours in.
Okay.
In that 2-hour stream, I had a random person just join me. His name was TTV Mr. Winter. And when he joined into my stream, we just kind of clicked. He was chatting in my inbox, and then we started, you're a streamer? And I'm a streamer. Did we just become best friends? I think so.
Nice.
So then we started collabing. So he would stream, and we would stream at the same time. We kind of tag each other. Well, fast forward, year and a half later, I'm going out to where he lives, and I was best man at his wedding.
That's so fucking
That's
sick, dude.
crazy,
That's
bro.
Crazy.
When I
Yo.
came to the actual town because he's a small town out in Oregon, USA,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, "Oh, so you're the best man? Well, how long have you guys known each other?" Oh, this is actually the first time we meet in person.
Pretty
Like,
much.
literally at his wedding.
Yeah.
It was the first
That's
Yeah,
so
time.
man.
sick. Nice.
That's
man.
so cool.
Everybody was
That's
just
cool
like
flow.
floored. Like, really, you guys are just such close. Like, you guys are just
Yeah.
feeding off each
Yeah.
other. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing that I loved so much about streaming is I saw how people could connect across vastness of, like, doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter your background or anything like that. If you connect on something like a commonality of games that you like, I mean, you can make some of the best friends you've ever had.
True.
Real shit.
True. That's because Twitch, one of the best things about Twitch, like you said, is just meeting new people. That's always been my favorite thing. Because, like, David, you and I have met a lot of really cool people through Twitch, like Lars, like Casey,
Yep.
fucking
Camille.
Welsh.
You know what I'm saying?
Camille.
Welsh. Facts.
Like because we've been in the game for a little while, you know, like we've been around for a little while, so it's like it's just cool. Like, making friends is the best part of this, I think.
The connections that you
Absolutely.
make, yeah.
Connections
Absolutely.
that you make and the people that you meet is just because a lot of times, you know, everyone wants to blow up, but like for me, I think it's just like, you know, I want to hang out with my boys, you know, my homies.
And you know what? That mentality right there of wanting to blow up, I get that. I get that
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
like, oh, I'm gonna start streaming. This is, I'm just gonna be, it's gonna be like a side hustle. I'll make a little bit of
Yeah.
money and
Mhm.
anything like this, or I want to be like rich, famous kind of thing. And
Yeah.
I give credit to my fiance because every time I'm like, I'm gonna quit. Like, nobody shows up. I have no motivation to do this. She's always
Yep.
like, you love doing it. You love talking, you love interacting with people, and you love games.
Of
If you're
course.
not doing it for fun, then you're not going to be motivated to do it. So just do it for you. And every single time she said that, I'm like, okay, I'm going to play this game that I really like. Boom, 13 people in the chat.
Nice.
Boom,
Nice.
5,000 likes on a shorts that I made because of that stream.
Yep.
Your personality shines through when it comes to streaming. You can't hide it. You can't mask it. You try to be somebody else, nobody's going to respond. They respond to who you are.
Yep.
And that's what I love.
Yep. Damn, that's some real... Damn. Not like, so I've been in the same position, bro, because I've been streaming for a few years now. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be 8 years, and I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot coming up. Yeah, I've learned a lot, what to do, what not to do. It's just, you know what I'm saying, my hands are so full right now, like trying to like include streaming as well. And I'll be so burnt, bro. Like, I'll have nothing left. And I'll be like, bro, I'm thinking about quitting, bro. Like, I don't want to do, I don't know if I want to do this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, just straight frustrated, like pissed, like just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. And then like, they'll be like, and they're not my fiance yet, but you know what I'm saying? Shout out my partner. They'll be like, you know what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? But they'll be like, bro, you love it. You're so good at it. You know what I'm saying? They'll just gas me up. You know what I'm saying? Telling me like, you know, this is what you're supposed to do. Like, and I'm like, damn, okay. Let me just sit back down. You know what I'm saying? Edit a video. You know, let me script something out real quick. Let me just, you know, clip up some shorts.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like, I don't know. I really felt that shit when you said like, bro, I'm about to quit. You know what I'm saying? Like that. People don't talk about like how close they'll get to quitting, bro. That shit.
Exactly. Because it's like literally I just have to shut this down and we're done.
Yep.
Like, but then I look at other streamers. My buddy TTV, Mr. Winter, he showed me this one kid. I can't remember his name, but he streamed for 5 years to just his dad, like just one viewer. And then 5 years, he ended up blowing up because it got put onto somebody else's feed and it just went viral. And now he's like making an income at like a young age. But again, that's not shouldn't be the goal. It should just be like the ones who really are successful are the ones who adapt, stick it out, and just have a community that builds them up, you know? That's all it is.
Absolutely.
Community is the most important part, man.
Yeah, you
Finding
guys.
your people. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
And for our next question, if we're ready to go on, David?
I'm good.
Or did you have something else?
Go for it. I was.
What would you say? What advice would you give to someone starting out?
Starting out streaming. Okay.
Yeah.
very big important thing that I would say, because I've done a lot of research, like a lot,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to what makes a successful streamer.
Yeah,
Number one, be yourself.
of
That's
course, always.
Yep.
that's one of the biggest things. Number two, equipment helps, but it does not define your stream.
Mm-hmm.
You look at like some of the people who started out that are famous now, that or even just like got going, their setups are still like standard webcam from like this laptop. They
Mhm.
don't have a green screen. They don't have a Shure mic, which is like a $500 mic. They
Yep.
don't even have like dual monitors or even a desktop stuff. Your setup only will grow when you grow.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
focus on your content, focus on what makes you happy. If you're not playing what makes you happy, you will not reflect that to your chat, because it's like this right now. What we're talking about, we're talking
Mhm.
interview process, we're talking live stream. Keep the conversation light, keep it like
Yep.
as if you're talking to your best friend. So yeah, those are probably some of the biggest tips that I've come to realize. And also, don't be afraid to be over the top.
Mhm.
True.
If something
True.
Yep.
scares you, scream it. People love seeing the reaction things, man.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
If I can add to that a little bit, I always like one of my biggest inspirations. Have you heard of Berleezy on YouTube? Berleezy?
I think I have, yeah.
He
Yep.
like started out 2015, 2016 in college, and he was like maybe 20, 21, 22. He had like this little setup, and you can tell it wasn't like it wasn't the high end shit, right? It was just this little blurry camera, this little shitty mic. No disrespect, I'm just saying, he started from the bottom, and now he's at a place where like this is his main job. He's got the high quality camera, the high quality mic, and all that. You got to what made his content so engaging was just like you said, his personality and
Mm-hmm.
his passion. He was very loud. He did shit like exposed cartoons where he just like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
roast cartoon characters and shit. And it was so funny that it blew up, and he really took off in like
Yeah, you were
2016,
definitely.
2017. And I use him as an example because he's one of the biggest inspirations for me, and he's also a great example of just get your content right,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of everything else is going to follow after that, because you don't need the high tech shit right off the bat. You just need to know what you're going to put out, and you need to do that well, because that's what he did. He was just naturally funny, and he made good content with what he had, and now he's here. He's not a comedian, but
He's an
comedy
entertainer.
content,
He's an
Yeah,
entertainer. There,
Yeah.
exactly.
fuck man, Perlizzi, that shit. Dora the Explorer Exposed is still one of the funniest videos I've ever seen
Nah,
in
that
my
shit was
entire fucking
hilarious.
life.
Yep.
Like whenever I'm in a bad mood, I just that shit like full laughter, like tears running down my cheeks, laughter. But yeah,
Shout out
shout
Berleezy, man. Shout
out
out.
Berleezy. Hey Berleezy, if you want to come on if you want to come on the podcast, bro, I'm gonna keep the camera off because I'm a little shy. Like that's the goat, bro. That's the goat. But
That was pretty sweet. Has
for
there?
our next what
Oh shit.
what?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, bro, this is your interview.
Yeah, I
We're
was
here
Yeah,
for
good.
you,
you
bro.
know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, um, yeah, like what you were just saying, the inspirations, and
Mm-hmm.
that's a big thing. I will say, um, oh, this is making me feel like a little bit of a fanboy. Uh,
You're good, bro. I was fanboying 5 seconds ago. You're good.
probably one of the biggest inspirations, and I know he's the mainstream guy, PewDiePie, and everything like that. Playing Amnesia was probably one of the funniest things that I saw. And then when he
Yeah.
started his collabs and everything like that, that then led to Markiplier, and then there's like a whole other slew of different streamers and everything like this. But mainly, it's
Mhm.
just like it's an inspiration, because for me it's a platform, because I never got to get to where I wanted to do. Obviously, I've been an actor, I've been in certain stage productions, TV
Nice.
shows and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
never to the level where I wanted it to be, because the thing that always kind of scared me is that I was never going to be in control of like what I was doing.
Hmm.
But as a streamer, you're both director, actor,
Mm-hmm.
stage crew,
Yep.
sound, lighting, all of it.
Yep.
And it's like something that you can control as far as what you put through. And I think it's a good platform for people to have a good hobby, but also like I don't know. I guess more or less flexing my acting style, because I can be more accentuated. I can be more over the top, and I love
Yeah.
doing that. I
Yeah.
love doing that, and people love seeing that. So just be you. That's all I can really say.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Being you is the most important part because people, like you said earlier, people connect to you. They don't want to connect to this facade.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
not cool. But yeah, man. Do you want to take the next question, David?
Sure. So, Bat, you've been streaming for a little bit now. How would or which would you say is your most streamed genre?
My most streamed, as far as like what I stream or what people like to watch.
What you enjoy streaming?
Yeah, what you enjoy streaming actually. Yeah.
What I enjoy streaming. Okay.
Yeah.
What I enjoy the most, and then it goes back to what we were just talking about, is ones that I can collab with people. Multiplayer games
Mhm.
are the number one cornerstone of my stream, mainly because it allows me to interact with people. I'm good talking just myself, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll sit there for 6 hours. Yeah, this is, oh, what's behind that tree? Oh, is that a cat? No, it's not. Like that kind of
Yep.
Yeah.
stuff is very fluid and very natural to me, but being able to interact with other people, especially when they make fun of me for being
Mhm.
Canadian, is hilarious. And you know, we just kind of banter back and forth. I love that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Nice.
multiplayer games specifically, I like the horror genre of it, like, or even something that's more like mystery involved. Like I was saying, my main game right now is Backrooms Apprehension.
Mhm.
It's a game that's set in the back rooms. You have one person that's the quote unquote monster, but it's like Among Us but with guns.
Nice.
And
Nice.
just super fun, super fast paced, nothing too detailed, nothing too difficult.
Mhm.
But with the open world voice chat and being able
Mhm.
to be like interacting in, you walk around a corner, you see somebody, who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
Mhm.
Who are you?
Mhm.
And yeah, just a really fun game. You think you're about to escape, and then one of your buddies that's like, I swear, man, I'm not the monster.
Bro,
And he
Mhm.
on
transforms
their
at the
whole
last
bloodline.
second. Yeah, exactly.
You know
I
the
swear
promises
on
I've
my
heard, bro.
I swear on my ex's dead dog.
On my dead grandma, bro. Whoa. I mean, all right. I
It's
fucking
a
died
game,
when the
bro.
I gotta believe it. I guess I gotta
I
believe
have
it.
to believe you now, bro. Like, come on, man.
On Nana? On Nana?
Oh, you put it on me. All right, you good. You good. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Turn around,
It's
bro.
fucking
Nah.
crazy.
See, even just talking
That
about
shit
it, we're
crazy, bro.
laughing, and the people watching, they're laughing because then you're
Yeah.
raging out. That's to me one of the easiest ways to create an audience is just people, if they're laughing, if they're having fun, then I've done my job.
There
That's
you
pretty
go.
much it.
Yes, sir.
There
Fuck
you
with
go.
that, man. Nice.
And how do you manage to balance your streaming, personal life, and social medias without getting overwhelmed or burnt out? Because before we started, you gave us, all the social medias you use, including like TikTok. You stream on Kick as well as Twitch. How do you do that? Because obviously you got a personal life and like, you got real shit going on outside of the streaming universe. So how do you balance it all?
That is the big question, right? That is the
Yeah.
huge question for any, I would say, a part-time to small-time streamer, is because this is this is not an easy undertaking. There's a lot that goes into this, and we all know it. I mean, you guys know it because you've been streaming way longer than I have, but I mean, this is not something you just jump into unless you absolutely love it. Like you have to
Yeah.
have a passion for it,
Yep.
right? An obsession almost.
Yep.
The biggest thing for me is to not overcomplicate my content that I push to other medias. So basically, when I stream, I use a program, Streamlabs. You know, there's always
Yeah.
OBS that
Mhm.
people use all the time, but Streamlabs for me just makes things a little bit more fluid. So I'll multi-stream both in a portrait and also in a vertical at the same time. You know, verticals to YouTube, because if you stream vertical in YouTube, it pumps it to the shorts, which means you get more people
Nice.
seeing your content, even if
Mhm.
they're just doom scrolling. It doesn't matter. You know, it just gets you out there a little bit
Huh.
more, because
Yeah.
portrait ones, it's like they have to come to your channel or they have to be already subscribing. This is a good way to push content. Secondly, um, I would say that for the content creation, I will do a stream, and then what I'll do is I'll go back on Twitch, rewatch that stream, and just skip ahead 10 seconds. You can do with the arrow bar, and I'll find those clips, clip it with Twitch, because now once you have your YouTube, your TikTok, and now they just recently added Instagram, you can take those just straight clips under 60 seconds and just shoot them off to those platforms.
Yep.
And honestly, that's how I have like over 1,700 shorts on YouTube.
Nice.
And again, it's a large number, yes, but it's more content, and the more content that's out there, the more exposed you are.
Exactly.
100%.
That's the point, because a lot of times we say this all the time, but it's something I feel like we need to repeat. You got to put in the work, and it sounds like you're putting in the work, because a lot of times people are just like, man, I hit go live and I'm streaming. Why aren't I blowing up yet? Like, bro, you gotta do the YouTube shorts, you gotta do the YouTube videos, you gotta be active with the community. It's a lot that goes into it versus just going live.
Yeah,
You can't.
Exactly.
Also, I really liked what you said about it was vertical that pushes you to YouTube Shorts.
I did want to ask about that. Yeah,
that was okay. Let's talk about that, because this is the first I'm hearing of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure our audience would love to like figure that out, like use that.
Dude, okay, as being a very generous person, I'm also like to be a little bit frivolous when it comes to this kind of stuff. So I look for every single avenue. What I mean frivolous means that I look for every possibility of free options to get your content out there.
Yep.
Every single one. I have only probably done promotions maybe like a handful of times on TikTok or YouTube. And honestly, it's great as far as to show off a video that already has natural growth. I will never promote a video that naturally only gets about like 30 views. But if I get one that's like 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 organically, then that one needs to be promoted, because it's got a better chance to get some wheelhouses. But okay, back to what you were asking about the vertical. So you one of the biggest things is to keep up to date as far as just on, you're looking through your phone, keep up to date as far as what these platforms are doing for you. Case in point, they made it easier on YouTube to be monetized. You can get monetized at 500 subscribers with 3,000 watch hours, and they also have to be video ones. They can't be shorts. Shorts they require like 3 million in 90 days. Like, come on.
That's a lot.
Come on.
Grip of views.
So they're saying you have to go viral 3 times basically in order to like
make money off it. Yeah.
Simple enough.
But the vertical part of it is that they were trying to promote the short part, because YouTube was competing with, the reels on Instagram, the everything on Facebook as well. So basically exposure is key. As long as you kept any video under 60 seconds, it was automatically uploaded as a short on your channel. So that includes what you uploaded from Twitch. So then they went even further to say that anything in the 9:16 format, so that's your vertical phone size, will also be put into the shorts feed. And so I'm like, you know what about lives? Because I can put that 9:16. So I did that, and then all of a sudden a video that I would stream that's portrait, which is your normal sized one, would get maybe 4 or 5 views, and from people that I know. And then all of a sudden I'm seeing that live stream get 100, 200 views in a 2-hour stream.
There you
because
go.
people are just strolling through it, and they're like, oh, this kind of looks interesting. This guy's laughing, he's screaming at like a little girl.
Yeah.
But that's a big push. That's a big push, and it helps small streamers too, especially if you have a program like Streamlabs or OBS that allows you to stream in both portrait and vertical. So
good shit, man. That's
bro. That is
cracking the code. That's the innovation that we need. That's the innovation, bro.
Yeah, it's cool stuff, especially probably one of the ones that helps the most is the clips, and Twitch makes it very easy for clipping that now.
Absolutely.
Especially, being able to reformat. They put out, Twitch is very bad for exposure. I'm just going to say that.
It's terrible. It's awful.
No, it's great for you when you're live. But as far as content being pushed out there and people being exposed to it, even if you're playing like a no-name game, like you were saying about Dino Crisis, right? Oh, that
Yep.
takes me back to the 1999s. Oh, PlayStation 1, man. Those graphics. Mwah.
Mhm.
But the amount of people that are like, what the heck is Dino Crisis? And then I look at the research part, and Twitch offers so much research. If you
Mhm.
want to know the games that you like and when people are going to be online to watch them, research tab.
Mhm.
The research tab tells you throughout the days of the week, this is how many peak people you can watch that are watching that game.
Yeah.
It shows you how many people are following that part, and you're thinking, okay, this is a no-name game, nobody's seen it. Then you go to their clips and you see people having tens of thousands of views on clips from a game that nobody's heard of.
Mhm.
It's you got to do the research, you got to do the
Absolutely.
grind. It's not
Yeah.
just going live and expecting people to like just all of a sudden, oh, they're here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
gotta work for that shit, man.
You got to put in the work, because it's like I said, it's not just hitting live and playing your favorite games. You got to play the games that people want to see that you also enjoy. So at the
Mhm.
end of the day, you can play your favorite game of all time from like 1941 and nobody watches it. You know, I'm talking just like real niche shit, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you gotta find your niche. You gotta find where the people are, and then be like, hey guys, that's really it.
Pretty much, man.
But
I did have one last question, and then we can let you go, my friend. But I did want to ask, what is the absolute biggest struggle that you've dealt with while content creating?
mhm.
Oh man, let's get a pen and pin pad out.
Mhm.
For real, bro.
I know you guys know this. Well, we were talking about the struggle of keeping motivated, keeping
mhm.
ourselves to the point
Yeah.
where it's like, I'm not gonna throw in the towel today. That's a
Yeah.
very big one. The biggest one I would say, like, is the counterbalance between, because again, we're doing this all for on our own time, where we
Yeah.
have regular jobs, or maybe go to university or whatever, and then you're like, your free time is all you have to do this, and this demands a lot of time. So being
Yes.
able to balance that with like your personal relationships, whether you're dating somebody, you're engaged to somebody, or even just like having a secular life with friends or anything like that, it's like, no,
Yeah.
sorry guys, I can't come out tonight. I'm streaming for 4 hours, but
Mhm.
tell your friends.
Exactly.
Feel free to tune in.
The balance between personal relationships and the streaming, you have to have very good communication between the people that are part of your life,
Mhm.
their understanding, as well as I would say you have to set some realistic goals for yourself.
Yeah.
If you kind of keep it open-ended, like, okay, I've started streaming, I'm going to be up to 1 million subscribers in no time on YouTube, I'm going to be as big as anybody that's been
Yeah.
streaming. Realistic goals, set
Yep.
like small things for yourself. For example, the statistics behind becoming a Twitch affiliate are ridiculous.
Yes.
There are something like, how many streamers right now on Twitch that aren't affiliated? It's something like 50 million or something like that.
Damn.
Something big.
It's something
Yeah.
big
It's a
like
lot of
that.
dudes.
Sounds about right.
And then there's only about 2.5 million affiliated, and I think there's
Mhm.
only like under 1 million in partner mode. Like, these are
100%.
like the actual one. So the ratios there are massively huge. So the small
Yeah.
goal of getting just 50 followers on Twitch, streaming 12 days in a month,
Mhm.
and then getting an average of 3 viewers, like, that's a realistic goal, and you'll feel very
Absolutely.
Yeah.
accomplishment.
Yep.
So set small goals, keep communication between the people you love,
Mhm.
and just pace yourself. That's pretty much all I can say is like the cure remedy for that.
There you go. Realistic goals. Pace yourself. That's some real
Communication.
shit.
Yeah.
Communication. Biggest thing is communication and realistic goals, and basically all of them. Actually, I was gonna try and label them, put them in an order, but no, they're all number one, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's shit. We did have one little silly Billy question. Just something that's not related to streaming, but
Burn it.
so Bat, would you rather clog the toilet during a job interview or on your first date?
Ooh, That's an easy one. That's an easy one. I would rather clog it on the first date. And I'll tell you why.
There you
Tell us
go.
why.
Because if a woman can put up with your shit on the first date, she's a keeper.
There you go.
I
That's
see what he
I'm
did
saying,
there. I
bro.
see what he did there. I see what he did
That's
there.
it. There you go, man. That's real as
you're
fuck
right,
though,
though.
because that's real as fuck. Because if they're able to like be like, oh, it's okay, then you're like, I win. I won.
Exactly, bro.
I have gone in relationships where I'm like, okay, you know, that whole process where when is it okay to fart in front of them? And it's
Yep.
like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 months. And then all of a sudden, you know what? My stomach's going to explode. And then finally they're like, thank God you did it first. And then they just let it rip. And it's
Yup.
like,
Yep.
we just got closer.
Yo, it's a bonding process, bro.
It
It's
is.
like
Our flatulence brings us together.
bro. It's like a serenade of toots after that. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's an orchestral experience.
Yo, facts, bro.
That is so good.
You're fucking crazy. It's real shit.
I don't
real
know.
shit.
That's real shit though. That's real shit. But
Not farting. Come on, man.
you said what?
I said if y'all not farting yet, come on, man.
That bro, you gotta lock the fuck in,
Lock
bro.
in, bro.
Relationships are not just going on dates and smooching and stuff. It's
No,
about
no.
It's
tooting.
about that.
It's about sneezing.
That
It's
post
about
Taco
some
Bell
gross shit.
stomach, bro.
It's about foot rubs. It's about
Aw.
Yep.
yeah. No,
Back rubs.
I've been with
Yeah.
my girl now for 6 years coming
Mhm.
on here.
Congratulations,
Nice,
man.
congrats,
And
man.
I probably rub her
Huge.
feet every single day.
There you go.
Nice, good
There you
shit,
go.
bro. Good shit, that's
And
That's
we're
the
the little
happy.
things, bro.
Yeah,
You gotta
we're
treat them
happy.
like royalty, bro. That's the thing. You
Exactly.
gotta treat them like
That's
the
true.
royalty.
That's true. That's
Exactly.
true. That's true.
I remember when I first met my partner, we got Taco Bell, right? And I got like the little $6 box. It was $5 back then. It was the $5 box.
Shout out
And you know,
inflation.
we're eating, and she reaches over, grabs my taco from the box, takes a bite of it, looks at me, and then puts it back. And I'm like, "Do you want more?" And she's like, "You passed the test." And I was like, I was being tested. Like she was making sure that I wasn't gonna, because apparently dudes flip when you eat their food. Me personally, I don't give a shit. Like, I mean,
Okay.
what's mine is yours.
This is called the Joey Tribbiani complex. Okay.
Friends?
And that, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, he knows it. He knows
I,
it.
I
I'm not
love
as
Friends.
old.
I love Friends.
Basically, the Joey Tribbiani complex is there's
Yeah.
an episode where he meets with the girl on a blind date. The thing's going great, and then all of a sudden, then they do like this Jaws music shark attack slow motion thing where she reaches over and takes a couple of her fries and eats them.
Yeah.
And he's talking to Phoebe. He's like, "What? You're gonna dump her just because she took a few of your fries? Listen, when I take a girl out, she can order whatever she wants. The more, the better. Just don't order a garden salad and take some of my fries. That's a good way to lose some fingers."
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's
No, no.
like, and she thought, shout out Joey, bro. Like, Joey and Chandler are the best characters in that show. I cannot
Yeah.
stand Ross. I hate Ross.
That is a commonality.
Phoebe, I don't know how I feel about Phoebe. Honestly, I feel like she's a little.
Phoebe's the chef, right?
No,
Is-
that's Monica.
Monica.
Phoebe's the more hippie kind of like
Oh,
Yeah,
outgoing
yeah. She's
personality.
She took a while
Yeah.
to grow on me. Because at first I was like, but you know, she's just a little eccentric. She's just a little eccentric.
Yeah,
Ross
exactly.
is the worst though. Like, I just saw the We Were on a Break episode.
Oh God.
I was watching. I was like, bro,
Well,
it's been 30 minutes.
there's a good question for you guys. Okay, what's
Oh,
your
yeah, this
opinion?
piece of-
Were they or were they not on a break?
They were not. It does not justify his actions. Were not justified.
Okay,
I will
okay.
sit there. I will preach it on the mount, bro. Like, I don't care. It was just, I was watching. I was like, oh, like it had been like an hour. I was like, bro, it's a little. And then
close.
yeah, and then it was just awful. It was so uncomfortable watching it. And then he wanted to get
Well-
upset about it, and I was like, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, you kind of fucked up. I can't defend you. I can't defend this.
Well, I mean, if we actually take it step by step, you might
what's
feel a little bit differently. But I don't know if I'm going to do that because I don't want to crush it.
It's we encourage our viewers to go out and watch at least those couple episodes of Friends.
Yes.
And then, you know, come back to the comments with your thoughts, because me personally, you know, that was foul. I think it was foul. I genuinely think it was a little foul. But
I will say only one thing about it is that I don't support what he did at all. Not at all. But the question isn't whether him cheating on her was justified or not. It is, were they on a break? That's the full definition. And if you actually look back to it, in their first argument before he left was that she said, maybe we should just take a break. And he's like, yeah, fine. Let's go outside. Let's get some frozen yogurt. And she's like, no, a break from us. And then he left. But then remember, he tried calling to reconcile on the phone at the bar before anything ever happened.
He did.
And when he called, who should be in the apartment with her but the guy that he thought was moving in on Rachel for the longest time, Mark.
Let's talk about Mark for a second, because that dude's a fucking scumbag. Like, because he called her and was like, hey, what's wrong? Are you okay? She was like, yeah, I'm just, I'm kind of down right now. He was like, don't worry, I'm coming over with some Chinese food. She was like, no, don't. And he said, I'll be there in like 5 minutes. She's going like, no, don't. Like, I'm like, bro, she does not like you. It was just it's I don't know. Sometimes guys just like don't want to take the hint. Like, bro, she's not into you. She's just not into you.
She don't want you.
They're just very persistent. Very persistent.
Persistent, bro. Like,
almost
stop.
too persistent.
And
some would say too persistent.
Yeah, she should have known too at the same point. Like, I know Ross has been like mad that I hang out with Mark. He's jealous of him. So I'm going to allow that guy to come over when we literally just start a break process. So when he hears...
I do agree. I think personally, I don't justify Ross, and I think he was wrong, like wrongest in this situation. If I were Rachel, I'd have seen that dude at the door and been like, come back later, or don't come back at all, and shut that shit in his face. Like, there's no way you're coming into my home at this time of night. That's just me. That's just me.
I mean, that's absolutely true.
Fellas, it's okay for both sides to be wrong. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
true.
It's not one versus the other. Both of them were.
Both were wrong. One was wronger, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like, they're both wrong. It's just like different levels of wrong.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
And also, I look at it like in later episodes when she's flying to England for his wedding to Emily, and the guy who plays House. I don't know if you ever watched that show.
I love House.
Yes. And he literally says, he listens to her whole conversation. He's like, and it was obvious you were on a break. Like, that was kind of like the defining moment for me. That's like, but it was like they were on a break because that's what she said. And that was the last thing said. But what they did afterwards is not okay. I mean, even if you're on a break, you don't go ahead and sleep with the first person at the bar. You don't invite the guy that's been hitting on you from work like that night.
No.
Yeah, it's just fucked up. There's like at least 24 to like, you know what I'm saying, maybe even a week buffer. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure everything is done.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta,
especially if you've been dating for like a couple of years, because they've been like together for a year, maybe a little bit more at that point. Yeah. So you got to be like, yo, like, where are we?
Exactly.
Because I felt so disgusted watching that, because like when the girl's leaving the apartment the next morning and Rachel's at the door trying to reconcile, and I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever fucking seen. Like, that's Scott's Tots level cringe. Like, it was bad.
And it made it even worse for us. This is why we hate Ross. This is the hate Ross complex as well. Is Ross. The fact that he tried to go around and
cover it up. Covered it up. Wow. He was like, so he first went to the girl and was like, all right, did you tell anybody? She was like, yeah, I told my friend. And he went to the friend, like, did you tell anybody? She was like, yeah, I told so-and-so. He went to so-and-so and was like, did you tell anybody? Oh, yeah, I told Rachel's boss. Did you tell anybody? To Rachel's boss. And the boss looks at him and he turns and Rachel's just staring at him from across the fucking room, just like completely broken. I was like, damn, dude, you're a scumbag. And then he tells her, he's like, bro, I tried to make sure it didn't get out. I was like, you are the lowest of the low. Like I said, different levels of wrong, but like Rachel's wrong was like wrong.
It was wrong, but not.
But like wrong. His was like, bro, like,
because he
wasted
he was
no
wrong.
Time.
You know what I'm saying?
Wasted no time.
And you could even try. I'll try to be the objective argument for Ross here. Is that you could even say that he was distraught. He thought that Rachel was cheating on him with Mark.
Yeah.
and that he was sleeping with Mark that same night. Then you can also even argue that, he was drunk and that, this girl made the move onto him. He didn't make the move onto her. All these things are combinations for like worst case scenarios. Okay. So, but it still doesn't justify what he did and what he was trying to do. And he was saying, oh, I didn't want you to hear it from so and so. I wanted to be the one to tell you. Bullshit.
He was never gonna tell her, bro. He was
No.
never gonna tell her, and that's what makes it even worse because you took the time, you went and made the effort to cover this shit up.
Yeah.
Like you are.
Thank goodness for Gunther. He's like, sorry, was I not supposed to tell her?
Gunther, exact, bro. Gunther was low key plotting like the whole time.
Oh.
He's thinking about like trying to bag Rachel.
You
And I'm
want to
like,
talk about his role? That's the guy of your friend group that's like, oh, he's just a friend, and then yeah, sure he is to you, but he has his own
no,
motives.
he's plotting, bro. He was steady plotting the entire show. I'm like, you know what, bro? You know what? Whatever, bro. But hey, listen. That just goes to show how sturdy Rachel was, because she never folded. I'm maybe halfway through the show. This is my first time watching it. She's solid. Ross, on the other hand, built like a house of matchsticks, bro. Like as an hour into the, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
That's just me. Friends is good.
Once.
House is good.
Friends is solid, yeah.
I enjoy House. It's very stressful to watch though, because like he's very like he'll come in on his cane. He's like, "What's the matter with you?" And then he's like, "You're an idiot. Why didn't you give him the medicine?" And they're like, "Fuck, it's genius." And it's like, and then he's cured, and then he like takes more what is it? Vicodin?
Vicodin, yeah,
Vicodin, yeah.
for his pain management because of his leg wound or something like that.
Yeah, because it was his leg. They took out a bunch of muscle like the size of his fist from his leg. Yeah, when he was younger.
Yeah.
And it's fucked him up ever since. But he's also addicted to Vicodin. So it's a lot. Addictive. It's a lot. He's I'm watching and I'm like, you know what, bro? You're just mean. Like I would not want him. I've had a mean doctor before. I would not want him as my doctor because he's effective, but like I need a little bit of bedside manner because he'll just come in and be like, "You're stupid. I'm gonna cure you."
Let's think about the people that need that kind of doctor. When you walk in with, let's say, a baseball bat stuck up your butt just because you were bored or something like that.
Yeah.
You're stupid.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
He would 100% take that case.
Yeah.
Yes, he would.
Yeah.
He's coming to laugh at you.
Just for the pure puns of it, get the content, get the memes rolling right there.
Think of the content.
It's a great show though. I love House. Sopranos is good too. The Sopranos.
Oh, man, I have never seen The Sopranos.
It's difficult to watch because like at first I thought it was gonna be like, I'm not gonna spoil any of it because I know you guys haven't seen it, but like I thought there was gonna be at least like one or two redeemable characters, but like the one guy I thought was redeemable, like he hit his girlfriend, and I was like, everyone in the show is a piece of shit. Like this is the worst. These are the worst people I've ever encountered. To the point where it's like I'm actively waiting for like the main characters to die, and I'm like, it's an interesting show.
But you just saying that makes me happy about the show because it's not glorifying criminality. Whereas certain shows where you're like almost drawn, like hoping that they're getting away with it, like Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. You got it,
Yeah.
Infamous. Like you were just like, oh, I really hope Walter White gets through this, but he's already like he's already killed a couple of people.
Child.
Yeah.
Like I was never Team Walter. I think after he killed Gus, I remember just being like, because that was the last episode. I think the last episode of that season was when it zoomed into the plant he used to poison Brock. I was like, oh,
the rice.
You're just evil. Like there is
no
no
walk it off. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like
he put a child in the hospital, bro. And I think Jesse was probably the only redeemable character in that show. Jesse and maybe Gail. Maybe I don't know about Gail.
I don't
know. No.
If she was evil.
Gail was he was business evil. Like
he was very.
Was he even evil? Okay, so he was a scientist, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying like obviously he made math, right?
Yeah.
But like I don't know, just watching him I don't know, man. He was
Okay,
just in the wrong. He was in the wrong profession, bro.
Yeah, true.
Because
he
he
knew
was a nice guy. Just
yeah, Gail's whole thing was that he knew what he was going to happen to Walter after he learned his formula. He knew that from the get-go. He knew what
True.
Gus's
Yup.
plan
True.
was.
That's
So what Gale did was use every single thing that he had at his disposal for making like the perfect coffee, just trying to get to be friendly with him, knowing that he's going to take over and this guy's going to get killed.
yep.
Yeah.
Like that part is to me evil. It's like
It's
somebody
very
that tries to
manipulative.
be your friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a scene though? I'm not disagreeing with you, but wasn't there a scene where he was talking to Gus and he was like, my formula is only 96 point something percent effective, while this other formula is 99 point something. And Gus was like, don't worry about that. It's just percentages. He was like, no, you don't understand. This guy is the greatest chemist I've ever seen.
No,
There's
yeah.
no way we can.
But he
God, what
did
a
that
great show.
before he ever met Walter White. He's the one that put Gus onto the radar of his sky blue stuff. But the
Yeah.
thing is that it wasn't about the person at that point. He just really respected the chemistry, the science behind it.
Yep.
So then when he met Walter, then it was like, okay, now comes the manipulation. Now
Yeah.
I want to steal what you have. Gus will take care of killing you, and then I will be known as the greatest chemist. So it was like more of a
Until
yeah.
I remember watching Jesse spiral because I was maybe 16 because David, you were coming back from college at that point. We would watch it when he came back from college on the weekends, and watching Jesse's spiral after he killed Gale, that was like
that was rough.
I was sitting there like, damn, bro, I want to give him a hug like that. And I think that was the point where I stopped sympathizing with Walter because he was just like
he just kept pushing him.
so manipulative, so just like blind to what Jesse needed. Because there were times when Jesse reached out and was like, bro, do you want to go karting? Do you want to hang out? Let's get a coffee. Come on, please. I need someone.
Yeah.
And that's when he started to spiral into parties and drugs and reckless acts. It was just like, damn, bro, this.
So that on that side, would you say that what he did by letting his girlfriend OD was good for Jesse, or just like completely like horrid evil stuff? Because at that
I think it was a very complicated situation because it was good for Jesse in the long run, but I think it was an evil thing to do. Like I feel like watching someone die, knowing you can help them, but not because he at the end of the day he didn't do it for Jesse.
No,
He did not do it for Jesse because she opened the door, was like, I know exactly who you are. I'm gonna snitch unless you give me $5 million or however much, if I recall correctly. It's been a while. So he goes in, he's like, Jesse, and he breaks in, and she's overdosing, she's ODing, and he's just watching her. Like he could have rolled her onto her side or something. He could, but he didn't, and it's not because of Jesse. None of the shit he does until the very last episode is for Jesse, because even in the last episode, he was gonna kill Jesse. Like the whole plan was, I'm gonna air this bitch out, and I'm gonna let everyone go. But then he sees the condition Jesse's in and decides to save him. He never cared for Jesse.
that's not true.
That's not true. That's not true.
The relationship we could talk about this for hours. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
we
lie.
could.
The relationship that he had with Jesse was like almost the son that he wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like he stepped in and was just like, okay, I'm gonna be your dad no matter what. And then, but it was just like this toxic dad of like, you're gonna do whatever the fuck I say because I said it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was very complicated,
manipulative,
controlling.
But the reason it was so controlling is because the whole purpose of why he got into making meth in the first place is because he had no control of his life.
True. Yep. He was a. I'm not gonna say he wasn't a loser because of his profession. He was a loser because his mindset.
Yes.
I think he was a loser because in here he thought he was a loser, and that projected itself into how he carried himself, how he responded to people, because he always felt lesser around people like Hank. He felt lesser around his friend from college who he started Gray Matter with. He was just this spiteful, resentful, weak, weaselly little man. Watching it, like, because you'll eventually, and I know sometimes it's meant to be ironic, where it's like, oh my God, he's just like me, Sigma Chad. I'm watching Walt and I'm like, you're pathetic. Like you are a sad, weak little man he went evil because he was. I think he might have
because he
always been
couldn't say
this.
yes to help.
He
That
was
was where it all
proud. He was
started.
so
He
proud.
gave him an out. He gave him an out and was like, bro, I'll pay for everything and I'll give you a job. He was like, and he told him, fuck you, and then came back and then made them give all the money
Walt
to
Jr.
the kids.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that was like all because he couldn't say, okay, yeah, I'll take help. I have cancer.
Like, bro,
need help.
I understand pride. Like, I understand it's difficult for me personally.
Yeah.
But if I have to choose between a life of like evil and letting my pride go, especially if it's someone I've known for like 20 plus years, because he sat him down. He was like, bro, listen, I'm sorry about your diagnosis. Let me help you. Like, here's a job. Bro, like, I don't know,
But
man.
at the same part of that, you have to remember what's catapulted this. You're right. He was low. He's a high school chemistry teacher where he should have been making billions with gray matter.
Yeah,
He-
exactly.
He's also working part-time washing the same students
cars,
he teaches
yep.
cars,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
they're taking videos of him. Then he's not respected at home because his wife wears the pants in that family. And
Mhm.
then number 4, he's belittled by Hank. And finally, the final thing is like he thinks he's, being the supportive father, and that he's doing everything he can. And then the cancer diagnosis. So the
Yep.
whole catapult of the show was he wanted to take care of his family. That was
Yep.
his main
Mhm.
motivation. So he's like, I'm dying of cancer. I don't care if it's bad. I need to make as much money as possible.
Mhm.
But this is the part where he could have turned things around, but made him evil. And the point is when he got the diagnosis that his cancer was in remission, he could have
He was
stopped.
mad.
stopped.
He was angry.
could've
Remember,
stopped,
he was
yeah.
punching the fuck out of
Yup.
that dispenser. Remember, he was like
the paper towel dispenser, yeah.
the paper towel. He was. I remember just being like, dude, you're good. This is a good thing. But
All
what
he
an
saw was
excellent
that
show.
everything he did was just, now I'm just this evil guy and I'm going to live with what I've done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then he's just kind of like, I have 2 choices. I can quit now because, Hank didn't know at that point. There was enough way for him to like just leave. But as we saw in the earlier episodes where he got respect from a drug dealer, he was,
Yep.
like, say my name,
Yep,
all that
yep.
stuff, the Heisenberg stuff.
Yep.
He liked the respect, he liked the control, he liked the power that came behind it. And that is the drug that really was the purpose of the show, is like he was addicted to power because he never tried meth. He was just addicted
Nope.
to the power that it brought him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like at the very last episode where he's talking to Skylar and he's like, I did it for me.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like I liked it. I was good at it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a great
Fucking
show.
show is crazy, bro.
Excellent show. And Vince Gilligan, I think, the guy who wrote Breaking Bad.
Mhm.
I bring this up because we were talking about Sopranos, because the actor who played Tony Soprano, he passed away maybe 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
He said without Tony Soprano, there'd be no Walter White.
This is
And
true.
it's just watch, because I've heard a lot about The Sopranos, and I watched it. I'm like, this is really good. And the relationship between Christopher, this younger guy who's trying to get into crime, but like doesn't really, he's not a made man yet, and Tony Soprano, who's like an acting captain in the New Jersey Mafia. It's, oh my God, it's so good. It really parallels, not to the same extent, but like it really is a parallel between Walt and Jesse. It's, oh my God, it's so good. It's like I said though, it can be a very difficult watch at times just because of like how evil everyone is. Because it's like you said, they don't try to glorify it at all. They're like, yeah, these people are like actual sociopaths, and I don't use that word like I mean like these people
Sherlock,
are
like-
not. They're
Because they
not right up here.
They
Like
have
they're
to be.
wrong.
They have to be able to survive in that kind of environment. If you
Mhm.
weren't a sociopath, being able to be like basically shut off that part of you that's like, this is wrong, you
Yeah.
couldn't get through it. It's just kind
No.
of like
Yeah.
survival at that point.
There's maybe like one redeemable character in that show, and or 3. That's the therapist and the children, because they're literally just children, and the
Well,
therapist
won't
is
somebody please think of the children?
like, bro, and he'll say, I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this so my children can go to college. And it's like, I don't know, bro. Like, you strangled that dude with like a telephone wire. Like, that's you didn't have to do all that, Tony.
Then I ordered a pastrami on rye.
Exactly. The gabagool.
The gabagool.
The gabagool. Oh yeah. I had to. There are times, bro, where I'm like, I have to pause it and Google shit because it's like, what the hell is gabagool? And they'll say shit, and I'm like, oh, that's a bad word.
Yeah,
Like,
you.
but it's in Italian, so I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I don't know what this. Oh, they're all just terrible people. They're all just terrible people. But I
Yeah.
highly recommend The Sopranos.
Okay.
Trigger warning for those of you who need it.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
highly recommend it. It's really good TV.
So a quick question for you guys, because you've been doing this a lot longer than I have as far as the streaming aspect, and I love that we can just rant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Somehow this started with Friends, and we ended on Sopranos.
Yeah, the complete opposite end of the
Breaking Bad in
spectrum,
the
bro.
middle. Like,
Exactly, bro. Like,
Oh, that was gorgeous.
Hmm.
So in your guys' experience, with the Streamer Collab website and as well as your own streaming, what would you say has been the most, gratifying or, um, gratification that you've gotten from streaming, like from point A to B?
okay.
people, 100%.
Yeah.
I would, because have you been to TwitchCon?
I tried to go to Vegas one, but I didn't.
Mhm.
I wasn't able to. I opted to go to that wedding I was telling you about with my buddy.
Yep.
And we also went.
Congratulations. That was the right choice.
It was the
Fair
right
enough,
choice.
fair enough, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I also went a week early, so we got to do a full interview process for the day at Portland or Comic-Con.
Nice.
I have a whole video of what we like, the people that we met, and the interview process. That was like a huge thing for me for the
Mhm.
first time. But yeah, no, I want to go to TwitchCon, and I know they have one in like Europe and but
Paris.
I'm hoping Paris, yeah.
I mean, then you gotta go to Europe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Paris. That's a hike. That's a lot of money, bro.
That's a lot of money. No, I think I'm gonna probably go to 2025 TwitchCon.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah.
I agree, because I bring up TwitchCon because that's where we launched Streamer Collabs. Like, we had been like, launched technically since maybe a month or two before TwitchCon, but like we really put our name out there at TwitchCon, and we met so many. We met so many. Oh my God, it was 2023, wasn't it?
Yep.
We met so many just like genuinely nice people, because like we're going into a completely new space. This is Vegas. We're launching something that we think people need. We feel like it's. But when we got there, everybody was just so nice. Like, even the people who weren't like interested in the product, that wanted to just talk, like, they were just nice. It's such a chill, welcoming environment. And I think that's because a lot of people go in with the mindset that, a lot of people, I would argue that a lot of Twitch streamers are introverted, or at least fairly quiet.
Mhm.
So everyone's going in on their best behavior because they don't want to be that guy, essentially. And not to say they're faking, but like, everyone was just so nice and welcoming. Like, we met so many cool people at TwitchCon 2023 that came back in 2024 that showed up at the booth, like Leader Killer, fucking, oh my God, Young Flex God, just like a bunch of people. Lucico, Reborn Outcast. These are all people we met a year prior that came back. We're like, hey man, and they greeted us like we're all friends, because at that point we were. Like, the best part about this has been the people. And I'm not saying that to be like, to win hearts and minds. It's just genuinely cool just seeing people and talking to them and hearing their perspective on things and getting to know them outside of Twitch, and like making friends. Making friends, because at the end of the day, it's cool to have a community, but it's even better to have a community of friends.
Yeah.
And even if they don't pop up in my stream, like, it's just cool to be able to like, say what's up. Just be like, yo, you wanna run some Marvel Rivals or something.
And you can learn from each other, right? I mean, that's one of the biggest things.
Of course.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I love the people, man.
I definitely say the people as well. Like, I've met some of my best friends, like, playing fucking Black Ops 3 viewer games, you know what I mean? Or fucking Fortnite, like, customs. I ran customs for a minute in 2019 to 2020.
2018.
2018 to 2019?
It was 2018, yep.
God damn. But, that was probably the most action that I've seen so far on my channel. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, but before that, I got rated by a guy Matt. Shout out Verified. You know what I'm saying? This
Shout out
dude, he
Verified.
rated me for I think like 14 people. From there, I met Fuzzy, Tame, Casey. I met a whole bunch of people like through that, and we ran for like a year, 2 years, 3 years, like just playing Fortnite, Apex, just going through the cycles of games. You know what I mean? Like it streaming, if nothing else, has grown my network. And I don't mean network like, I'm friends with these people because of what they can do for me. And that sounds really bad when I don't know. Networking is
No, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
It's the term networking just means to, be introduced or be coming together, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you use the word networking, it means like, okay, you would not have met these people that you connect so well with, that have the same interests and everything like that, if it wasn't for this type of platform.
yeah.
I
Exactly.
wouldn't have met my best friend that I was at his wedding for if I wasn't a streamer.
Exactly.
I recognize that. But that's the thing, is that I think streaming allows us to work together to a common goal where we all want to be, as successful as we can be.
Yeah.
We share information because there's like, what is it going to do? If me holding back things from you is not going to make my stream do better, and vice versa. It's just about we are genuinely wanting each other to succeed.
Exactly.
And that's
working together, bro.
Great community right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not about what people can do for you. It's about what can we do for each other?
Exactly.
How can we help? Because like, if I always think of the metaphor, crabs in a bucket. Like if you're both crabs in a bucket and one's trying to climb out the top and the other is just pulling him down, because that's what crabs do. I don't know why the fuck they do that. You can't be a crab in a bucket, bro. If you're a crab in a bucket, you got to be, put him on your little crab shoulders, lifting him out. I'm getting lost in this metaphor here.
A little bit.
I think he has a height complex. Okay. It's like,
Yeah.
no, you cannot be taller than me.
I don't know, bro. Crabs are kind of scummy for that, but
You talk about scummy, you should talk about like the rat analogy. You put rats in a bucket. Okay. Eventually, after a week, there'll only be one rat and he'll be very fat.
Yes,
So
he
it's
will.
like-
I love
did not hear
rats
about
though.
that.
Let's talk about rats.
I like
love
Ratatouille.
rats. I like rats. Rats are actually very intelligent, kind creatures. The
That's what
problem
scares
is
me
they get a
about
bad rap because 600 years ago, the whole Black Plague thing in Europe
Yep.
decimated a third of the population. That wasn't even the rats' fault. That was the fleas, bro. How are we here? How did we get here?
I'm just defending the rats that spread the black on the StreamerCollabs podcast. Like,
We do at the StreamerCollabs podcast, we do not endorse the Black Death.
Black
We do
Plague,
not
yeah.
endorse the
Not at
bubonic
all.
plague.
Not at all.
The bubonic plague was a bad
that was
thing.
terrible.
It was a
Awful.
terrible event. Awful. Millions of
Horrible.
people died.
Yes.
Horrible.
Yes.
It
Horrible.
was
Never
awful.
forget.
We got a cure for it now, though. Do you know that?
Yep.
Like,
Oh,
it's curable.
sick. Nice.
Yeah. We're only 600 years late. Could have used that,
Could use that 600
back in the
years
day.
ago.
But hey, man, hey, we got there eventually, and that's what matters.
Exactly. Oh man.
but,
Again, we start from like, hey, there's a few questions about streaming. Now the fleas on the Black Plague.
Exactly.
It
Now,
was the
whose fault
fleas,
really
bro.
was
It was the
now, whose fault- if you
fleas.
break it down.
If you really
Exactly.
think about it, it's all
Yeah.
connected.
In this presentation, I'm going to argue that. Like,
This goes this.
I got the chart with the pins.
Just pull up a
Yeah,
chart.
exactly. Oh my god. No,
my
dude.
God, bro.
Fucking hell. This is the reason why you asked what the best part about the streamer collabs doing this. This is it. Like, I'm not trying to be corny, but this is it. Just like sitting around, meeting people, shooting the shit, shedding a tear. It's this is great. This is what I live for, bro.
I needed this.
I'm glad I could be some assistance.
That'd
no,
be some assistance.
when I saw your guys' website, I was very awestruck. I was like, this is beautiful. This is
Yeah.
exactly what the
Thank you.
streamer community needs.
Thank
is
you, man.
because we would not connect with each other unless I have some free time, which you do not have a lot of as a streamer, to go to
No.
different streamers and everything like this. But being able
Yeah.
to like work with like-minded people playing the same games, great idea, great concept, love it. And like you guys said, you've had some amazing success at Las Vegas Con or TwitchCon.
Mhm.
And probably have like a lot of connections of people that would be like just as happy as I am to have that kind of platform. So thank you guys very much.
Bro,
Absolutely,
no,
man.
thank you for being here, bro. Because again,
Exactly.
we're without you, we're just just two little guys, you know.
Two guys, you know what I'm saying? Two guys, a couple mics.
We're just talking about Sopranos and rats and shit, you know.
Yeah. So back to the Black Plague. We were about here.
Exactly. So
I'm getting back to
back to the fleas, but no, that was fun, guys. But I think unfortunately, we're drawing to the end, the close.
Yeah.
But before we go, Mr. Bat, did you have any social media, anything you wanted to share, anything you wanted to shout out?
Well, big shout out to both Infamous Bub and Buzz Lightskin. Thank you guys very much for having me on here. Go check out their website, StreamerCollabs. You definitely, all I did was go to their website and say I wanted to have an interview, and they will like set one up with you. And like you just saw today, it's so much fun. And personally, I'm BatzeeStream. You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, all that good stuff. But ultimately, if you like scary games, you like scaring the crap out of me, and having a laugh or two along the way, definitely check it out. So thanks, guys.
Excellent, bro.
Nice,
Thank
man.
you.
Nice. Thank you,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you for coming on.
This was fun as fuck, bro.
Good
I'm not
episode.
gonna lie. Like, this is
Good episode.
like
Good
like
episode,
low
bro.
key, no bullshit. I did need this. Like this was it's like
Well,
thank you guys.
I aim to please.
But thank y'all so much for coming out, showing up and showing out. My name has been Buzz, aka Charles, aka the Big Buzzy Wuzzy.
And I'm Debo, and aka David. And our special guest has been
BatzeeStream.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir.
All right. Y'all take care. Peace out.
All right. Thanks, guys.